What's up with y'all? Happy Taco Tuesday. It's King Rip, you feel me? Uh, this has been a exciting type of, for us you know, in the college for this, this winter semester, right? A lot of stuff, you feel me? But I had something I wanted to tell y'all right quick, right? So y'all know about Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 12, right? So trip out on this. Do y'all see how many I wouldn't say many as a number, but how these male officers got the kind of like their council culture group, the stalkers, the gang stalkers, right? Up and down the street. Trip out on this, right? Y'all do know, like, obviously, because I put it out there, I'm finna take their vehicles because, they used it against us. They used it up and down the street, to stalk, to help them get around so they can stalk for those officers like everybody's seeing right now. You feel me? And how they're pretty much over. You feel me? So, and this was the final little group. You feel me? So, trip out on this. Do y'all see how, these accidents were happening? All right. And then on top of that, you already know inside, like every time they passing by, they got, they'll want to be messages. You feel me? Connected to their Bluetooth with this online officer grooming them, right? And mind you, I just got out the shower, so I've been kind of, because I know I got to hit this up again in a little bit. But, this individuals that's been distracting these drivers, right? So trip out on this. What makes them think, and we already know that they cannot sleep, that they can legally operate a vehicle, putting everybody in jeopardy, including themselves, and then they're the only ones that's getting caught up in car crashes, right? Now, let me elaborate a little more. We already know you can't text and drive. We already know that you can't, there's a no-touch law for your phone devices, right? Now, imagine when you got this council culture group, sitting back and saying, with these messages on their Bluetooth from their vehicles, right? I'm letting y'all know on the legal stance, you feel me? This is why they're driving stupid, and why I threw it out there for them, like the last group, don't doodle in the cars, because they, it is what it is. They're a very unsanitary group. You feel me? So just so y'all know why they've been driving stupid and acting like they're in a panic. Let me let y'all know this. First of all, they in a panic because they're caught up. They didn't think they was gonna be caught up, but they're caught up, and it's not really, we're not doing this no more, we're not doing that no more. It's not that. What it is I've been shining y'all. They're seeing all the great stuff that's happening for y'all. Because you notice they didn't start complaining and crybaby in it until your skin started clearing up, until y'all started getting thicker and healthier and more fully nourished. You feel me? They didn't complain until they realized what they was trying to sneak in y'all system was leaving, and y'all was reporting them on top of that, and then y'all was getting the millions. Like, they really was looking this up. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, when you hear how many confessions, then like, okay, they looked this up. They know every report is $1 million fine. What do you think that money's going? And then on top of that, they were listening to officers, and then they were using only these male individuals that work with them, claiming to be what they were, but they all was using their STDs against y'all. You feel me? So now you got the hit for hire. You feel me? Just like when we going up the street down CSU or USC, excuse me. And then what do you see? right on their Wi-Fi, because you know they hit that up too. They reported that too. You feel me? Because they didn't know. And then you got right down before you get there in the elementary, these idiot officers right on their Wi-Fi too. And then impulsively, like stupid individuals, they're right they're right there on the street corners as far as like the red light, green light signs. You feel me? So understand this. This is too much data that's so, what it is. And then you see every time that dude starts screaming, was nobody in their right mind will authorize anybody with a badge to sexually harass or stalk. Meaning that's totally illegal. You feel me? So for an individual to speak to individuals, and then you have these crashes, and then it's them, you feel me? And they're too busy not paying attention to what they're doing. They're operating a vehicle. That vehicle is not for them to sit back and stalk or try to use it as a weapon. Whether it's to harm another vehicle, because they drive hella close. I had to talk to one of the bus drivers because he was so damn close to a school bus today. You feel me? That it was so retarded for me not to say something. So I said something. I spoke up because now you're a distracted driver like the other individuals. And guess what he was listening to on his Wi-Fi on the bus on 81 going down Figueroa? He was listening to what? A male officer online grooming. They don't do stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what was causing these crashes, because they're too busy trying to text and drive. You might as well, like they said, you might as well be a drunk driver. It's the same thing. You're driving under the influence. You feel me? So because of these things that they've been doing with these vehicles and how they've been using it, and then, sitting back trying to victimize y'all pockets, you feel me? So I'm letting y'all know I'm taking them. That's a part of my lawsuit. You feel me? I'm going to fix them up, and I'm going to give them back to those who are staying, those who are going with us, and then all the rest of it, you know what I mean? So it won't end up, just collecting dust and rust and all that other stuff. Where we're headed, we got plenty of people over there that needs vehicles. And out of all the vehicles that I have seen, they need some American vehicles. You feel me? Like I'm just putting it out there. They need that. You feel me? And I'd rather do that and have that for them, so they can, y'all bringing y'all skills over there, and y'all can teach, and that can be like something like, just lifting everybody up. We're sitting back lifting each other up right here. Why not continue to keep that going? You feel me? But if these individuals didn't pay attention to DMV and they didn't pay attention to nothing else in life, then they don't have no education. They can lack that. And all I see with that is Proverbs chapter 2. That's it. That's all. They changed everything that was light for darkness. Everything that was sensible for just being a dummy. You feel me? And they got a free will to do that. But there's also consequences. You feel me? So they're not panicking because of the consequences. Especially when y'all know they poisoned themselves at one point in time with that COVID. And then all there's left with them is just STDs. You feel me? Like, they wasn't worried about life. They wasn't worried about anything to do with lockup. So y'all not buying that. I'm not buying that. They didn't care for their life. It's a mass suicide group. You feel me? So they didn't care for their life. What it was they made a vow. And y'all know this from my past video. They made a vow to try to exterminate females. And they felt that. They knew they was going to fail that. And that's why during treason, when they was doing their treason thing, if you notice, it was just females. Like, that was mainly, on their topic as against them. From, the social media predators to, the gang stalkers to all types of stuff. It was mainly just you can see it. You can hear it. Like, it's documented. It is what it is. You feel me? But, their vehicles was used as a weapon. And it's not like we don't know who they are. We already in their phones. They're admitting that now. They're admitting they got all of that in their phones the history in it. They're admitting all of the stuff that they're being moved on. They're admitting all of the stuff that they've been trying to act as though it was secret, and then seeing if anybody knew every single thing about them, or they'll keep on pretending. You feel me? Like, that's just what that was. It wasn't, oh, we're getting caught. Think about it. If they're all claim to be snitches or whatever, right? And then turn around when they can't get their way, or get the sickness inside of y'all. Let me tell y'all like this, right? Which department are they really, you get what I'm saying, are they working for? Because we done seen the fire department, the sheriff department, the police department. Like, come on, they all can't have the same damn informant. And I told y'all before, like, you get what I'm saying, they ain't telling on nothing. What it is, the blackmail's over for people putting up with their nastiness and their ugliness to the country, to the city, to the land. You feel me? And they ran out of room of text, because all that texting was false documentations, meaning you can't even call the department and give a false document. So imagine when you're on the phone texting, oh, so-and-so's going over here, so-and-so's here, and they're racially profiling and they doing all this weird stuff. Imagine how that comes to light. You feel me? So that's what I wanted to let y'all know. You feel me? Like, for the vehicles. So if they was using y'all at one point in time, the, cosign for them, and then they started booking it, and they can't sit still because, they're looking for these vehicles, they tracking them. But every time they get to where it is, they're trying to, stay on the move and begging people for gas money. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is what it is. But regardless, we got that already. We got their and that's all of us. You feel me? That they tried to use that against, not just me. You feel me? We got that. And then since we already got them documented, they already documented. You feel me? Like, and they're admitting they're in a federal investigation, and the feds is in their phone. So there is no real pretense. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there is no real, oh, we didn't know this or we didn't know that. Do you get what I'm saying? That was all a freaking lie. To waste time and pretend and play this question mark game that wasn't even a part of the new normal. Nobody's sitting back playing guessing games. You either is or you're not, nigga. Flat out. You feel me? So that's what that is. But so y'all know, with that and Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 12, basically their property, their little relationships that they try to offer y'all, you feel me? This is why y'all being separated. If y'all look at my description, you feel me? Oh, when Christ comes back, when this comes back, when this comes back, this is going to happen. These people are going to be separated, and it's because I gave them the mark of the beast. Look how they're showing y'all this. Look how they're acting and complaining about y'all gender. You feel me? Like, what was so important about that? Nothing makes sense, right? I made it make sense right now, because we're going to keep on making it make sense, and we're going to talk about it. You feel me? So for these individuals to pretend, oh, nobody knows about us, they hella confessing. So I'm going to thank y'all for benefiting from the light. You feel me? Especially my goddesses. I'm going to thank y'all for benefiting from the light, because their mind, the way it is, it's not coming back. You feel me? And they know that. They accept that. They know that. That's good. Whatever, right? To each his own. But at the same time, do you get what I'm saying? I'm looking at vehicles. I'm looking at court. I'm not looking at the next dude to try to get sent like they just did at the metro, and I'm getting ready to throw this nigga in front of the train on the cameras. You get what I'm saying? Because they're sending diseases. Do you get what I'm saying? And trying to think that it's funny, like it's a mouth thing. I don't deal with talk. You feel me? So for them to do that, and we protested against racism in the apartment, and y'all see them constantly running to these individuals and trying to throw them away. If y'all notice, they're always close by, ain't it? They're always on the phone, ain't it? They always texting and trying to act like you get what I'm saying? Because there are impulsive individuals that is so damn stupid. They're the reason they also got caught up too. Trying to get rid of their evidence to get killed, and they always getting killed together. Now they're being wrapped up together. If they wanted to do their job, they should have just locked them up if that's what they was going to do, their job, and protect and serve. It shouldn't have took our country to get together with God and sit back and do this. It shouldn't took all of this stuff to happen just for them to do their job, to protect and serve, instead of trying to cause chaos. And they're the only ones going through the chaos. Everybody else is just like, we already know, like they explained all this stuff, from the phone tricks, the fucking, you get what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but from all that to everything, you feel me? Like, it's just stupid. So realize what Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 12 is. That goes for all of us. Do you feel me? This is happening everywhere because what they was doing, because of everything that they was. That's why it's important for, you know, the way we're doing things, the way everything is actually going and headed. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I went to the IRS building to finish, you know, the last little papers to my taxes. You feel me? So I'm there to get my taxes. You know what those officers was doing? Besides the one that was on the Wi-Fi on the federal building, only the certain individuals was sitting back putting themselves out there. Then it was a long line. And I threw it out there just so they could mess up. And then they separated, you know, certain individuals that was supposed to be getting their, you know, getting their papers right or whatever, right? You know what council culture was trying to do? These officers, because they're tied to these idiots. And, you know, if we in their phone, we led back to the officers anyway. So, you know what they were trying to do? Try to act like these individuals, like they can exploit them first and then turn around and then try to act like all foreigners don't need this. So then something in the background can see this and then try to give a little whisper in the ear. And then here we got a bill, or we got some other law, or something else happens with ICE. These niggas was sitting back using treason idiots. Do you get what I'm saying? Who were the same criminals they were talking about. We're using them to sit back, interrupt the protest, and then turn around and go in front of, you get what I'm saying? And then sit there and look stupid. And they on this camera, they're on that camera, they're on this camera, they're in the phone. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all keep reporting this because we're wrapping this up. We're getting paid like heavily for it. Do you get what I'm saying? But this is so, and I'm gonna say it what it is. This is so immature and amateur for anything to do with the Klan to sit back and hide and this place, that place, this entity, that entity, and then try to cover up and obstruct justice. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very stupid for an individual to try to pretend. And then we in Black History Month. It don't look good for them at all. And then I'm right there, they talking about me. I never seen these ugly individuals a day in my life. You feel me? There was a few beautiful females there, and they wasn't doing that. You feel me? But everybody else was just on like council culture. So my blessing was, you know what? Hey, they on camera. You feel me? And then the idiots admitted what they was. Those security guards down at the, you know, the 300 over there on the downtown, close by the federal buildings and the courts, CCB and all that, admitting it. Oh, we're there. He knows about us. He knows it. Look. And I'm looking like, thank you, my goddesses. You feel me? Like, I've been doing some mind-boggling things. You feel me? But like I said, as soon as I started shining y'all and y'all started healing up, y'all skin started smoothing out and clearing out and rejuvenating, y'all started healing up. All the crybaby stuff started happening. The minds just deteriorated. And I told y'all, if I was to atone y'all right here and there, do you know what's going to happen to them? They'll disintegrate. They'll disintegrate. That's why in the Bible it says the wicked is like chaff. The wind blows and they're no more. Bye-bye. Meaning they will be fine as dust. And that's it. That's how powerful a goddess is and a God is. You feel me? So when I'm sitting back and I'm humbling myself and I'm giving, you know, these cracked open individuals, you know, space, they better respect it. Because it's not going to be too many times these officers going to be, you know, trying to bust their shots. and trying to run the bombs right in front of everybody or behind everybody and hide and trying to give them, all types of weird messages while they playing on these cameras and think that I don't know what it is and where it's coming from. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're headed to court regardless. These idiots are being thrown out of the department. So y'all realize what that is, you feel me? And they're panicking over that case in Long Beach too that they got caught up for. So imagine who was in that 14-year-old girl's phone. And I warned them. Everybody's connected to this country who's not cancel culture. So why the hell would they be running to another American? Why would they run to a child that they know damn well is not a male and can't be a Klan member? Why would they even run to anybody? Why would they even try to act as though they were stalking it with a message, oh, this person ended us, and they still was trying to stalk like it was a game. Like, nigga, you over already. If I did that, I did that. You feel me? Like, you're over already. Sitting back crying about it and complaining about it with officers, like, that's not working. So a lot of those officers, like, I'm letting it be known too, because I kind of dig those Crown Vics, you feel me? And a lot of their, I'm finna get that too, because a lot of that, you can see it, that's their personal vehicle, and they're not taking care of it at all. Come on, how you going to use an American vehicle to stalk Americans? How you going to complain about Americans right in America and complain about everybody's life that's not damned? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like this. What they did to their life is basically stepped in their own house and spit on their own floor and took a crap right on the floor and then laid in it and said, I don't like this house. But they stayed there. This is how they live life, to me. That's why it's written, don't cast your pearls to the pigs, because they'll just trample it underfoot. And that's what these individuals showed everybody. It didn't have nothing to do with job descriptions. It didn't have nothing to do with nothing but a way of living. When you are living in dirt, filth, doo-doo, all types of, pee and throw up, and you're just rolling in it, having a good time because that's your habitat. You cannot give nothing good and precious to something like that, because all they're going to do is not even take advantage, not even respect it. And that's why they're doing what they're doing in the jobs as well. So back to them vehicles, you feel me? Because the jobs, they throwing it away as well. And it's mainly males. Like, that's what it is. You feel me? But as far as the vehicles, y'all know what it is. You feel me? Like, and we can go into all types of other legal details on that too. But it's plenty of people that I know, you feel me? And plenty of people that I'm seeing that, they need they need vehicles. You feel me? Like, and what better, contribution. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sit back and be greedy in my life. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna have like just a gang of, that I won't be using. If you think I'm greedy, play this back. You feel me? When you get a chance and see exactly what I said I was gonna do with what I get and how I'm gonna do it. You feel me? But regardless, now y'all know ahead of time, and now y'all know y'all can hit it on those levels too. Do you get what I mean? Because ain't no way in hell like somebody's gonna be a distracted driver and going here or going there, and they don't know how to drive, and they shouldn't have a license, period. You feel me? And that don't have nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with anything. Everybody's in this country equally. So you're on the soil, so you're under the Constitution, but you also supposed to have that driver's license. You're also supposed to have that insurance. You're not supposed to be driving like you're in kindergarten, standing up behind each other hella close. And that's what they're doing. Besides all the other stuff. You feel me? So, I mean, they're throwing it away. It is what it is. But, hey, newsflash, I'm getting ready to start a gang of corporations. You feel me? So, them vehicles is one of them. Because I'm going to get into a lot of that heavier and more highly. And then the same thing with that, with the flying vehicles too. You feel me? Because I'm into technology real good. But y'all have a beautiful night and a happy Taco Tuesday too.